Hello and welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada. We are here this week for WPPI, which is the Wedding and Portrait Photography Convention. If you happen to be in town, come on through to the link in the description or the show notes, depending on if you're listening or watching this. And we have some celebrity chefs cooking up some grilled cheese in our suite here. Sam Hurd, Carolyn Tran, Scott Robert Lim, Photo Me Ike, myself. We're doing a book release party actually today at 5 to 7 p.m. So if you head over to the link, you'll actually get details. And basically, you meet somebody at the elevators for the, 26th to 30th floors. They'll be wearing a focal hat. You'll see them, or a focal shirt. They'll scan you up, and you can come and you can get your grilled cheese. And if you're coming to the book party, you can probably get a book if you're one of the first ones here. It's also limited to 50 people because it's a large suite, but it's not an infinitely large suite. But yeah, should be a super fun time. I want to talk about something today. So I've written a book, and you can get that book if you want. The audiobook will be on Audible soon. So if you're somebody that likes audiobooks rather than printed books, the other thing is if you buy the printed book, you can actually, if you review it and send me a screenshot of it to my email is taylor@taylorjacksonphoto.com. If you send me a screenshot of the review, I'll send you the audiobook when Audible publishes it. Hopefully it's up by now. I'm recording this on Saturday, and I'm hoping by Monday it's up, because I said it would be 10 days, and it's been like 14 days at this point. Now on to the topic of the day. And I think this is something that I guess the technology, I've just realized that it exists now. It kind of existed in the past, but it got a little bit easier. And I've talked about this in Book More Weddings 2023 and a variety of other videos where I talk about if you have the ability to create some sort of magazine, or basically all the stuff that you would usually put on a blog, if you're able to put that into something printed, and you're able to collaborate with other vendors and get that into their shop, if there's a florist involved and you can get that book in their shop, all of a sudden your credibility goes from somebody that just does blog posts to somebody that actually has a printed thing. And in the creation of this book, even though this the one that I wrote is just in text, it's primarily an audiobook script, I guess, is kind of what I wrote. I wrote an audiobook, not a physical book, even though it does come in physical. That was the book Falling. But there are some new options for some premium self-published books that you can create now. So if you head over to the Kindle Direct Publishing, which is actually where I printed this book through, you can do a proper, nice color version of a book. So you can do your own magazine, and you can order it from Amazon, and it will ship to you the next day. So you upload the PDF, the final PDF of what you want the interior to be, as well as the exterior. And within a day, or a couple of days maybe, you'll have a physical real-life printed book. And you can print as many of them as you want. Cost on books is actually surprisingly less expensive than I thought. And I bet you'll be surprised with how many you can get and how many on demand you can get. You can also just mail these. You can drop ship these directly to wedding venues or vendors or whoever you want to send them to. I would maybe recommend hand delivering them if you can, but it's a really cool idea. So here's basically the process and how it works. I realize that this is a podcast. I'll do a video that goes a little bit more in depth into this later, likely over on the members website. But what you do is you design something. So whether you design it in InDesign or you design it in Microsoft Word or in some sort of thing that will give you a PDF or some sort of Microsoft Word document that you can eventually send to Kindle Direct Publishing. And what I would recommend that this looks like for you. So you could do this, another huge, maybe out of scope of this video, but another huge thing that I've done at venues that I'm preferred at is I've actually printed them in album. So physical, like a Fineo 1 book to put on the desk or on maybe the coffee table while people are waiting to come in for their wedding meeting. They start flipping through the book and they get to know me. I have a little bit of about me. I have a picture of myself in the album, which feels a bit weird to do, but that has sold me a lot of weddings. The other thing that you should be doing if you are doing that, specifically if it's for a venue, what you want to do is you want to only include shots of that venue or things that maybe could be at that venue, like local. If it's in the downtown near that venue, that's fine. But what you want to do, or what the ideal is to also include something from every single season. So if you live somewhere that actually has a winter and there's snow, do your best to get some sort of winter snow content, because venues really struggle to market winter weddings. And if you're able to help them do that, you're going to look better on them. They're going to refer you more. The venue is going to know that you're bringing them money, that you're on the same page, so you understand marketing. And maybe they're going to involve you at more of a core level. Maybe you're now one of the go-to when they need a marketing video done or they need headshots for their staff done, that now you're the photographer that they're going to call. So while that's awesome and that's great, a nice album is quite expensive. If you're able to do that in a book that's going to cost you maybe $10, not only are you able to give them to the venue, but you're able to give them like maybe 10 or 20 of them for the same cost. And that means that these books are going home with people. So you are way more likely to get that call from that couple or that email, that first inquiry. So in Amazon Direct Publishing, You can do a full premium color. You can do a hardcover book if you want. You can do, this is a paperback book that I did. I would say paperback book with premium color interior. Print a slightly larger book than I've done. So you can get those not full panorama spreads. You're not going for the full $500 giveaway book, but something that looks nice. And then what you also want to be doing is creating a lot of that valuable content that I've been preaching about for years and years here on the internet. And you want to be creating the most helpful and the most valuable articles and information you can possibly do based on the knowledge that you have, that you've been to probably more weddings than a normal couple has. So the more information you can give them from the kind of inner workings and what makes a good wedding day, the more likely they are going to be to book you. The other thing you can do with this is you can really pre-qualify and you can talk them through your ideal wedding day. Where if you're somebody like me that really enjoys doing wedding days when you're in one specific spot, so that I can do the ceremony, the reception, and getting ready all on the one location, it's a hotel or whatever. That is kind of my ideal wedding day. So if you can talk about that, and if that's something that you enjoy and you can put that in a book, you'll really start to connect with your ideal couples or the couples that see their wedding day as that. If you're creating books for specific venues, the other benefit is that you get to speak specifically to somebody that's come into that venue. If that venue is also part of a group, you're able to include a lot of different venues maybe within that book, because even if they don't make that sale specifically at that property, if the group is still making money because they've gone somewhere else and you've showcased their properties in a very easy way, they're going to be very happy with you. If you've worked with a florist a lot or a decorator, or you've worked with a cake designer a lot and you can make them something custom, even if it's not a 300-page book, they are going to be really, really appreciative of that. You can even take this next level and bring this into styled shoots. So it can be now an excuse, a reason for you to go out to a venue or to go out to that cake designer and actually put together something and actually go and document them. What this means is not only are you doing a little vendor review spotlight on your blog, but that's also becoming something printed that you can actually give to them for them to hand out to potential couples or clients that come in their door. Just being in a book also gives them a massive amount of credibility. I think that I knew that a book gave you credibility, but I didn't realize how big of a deal it kind of seemed to people. So I think that if you're able to do this and that you now have the tools to do it on Amazon, Kindle, direct publishing, if you can start to create a piece of content for your local area, I'm not talking about go out and write a book on wedding photography, unless you want to, you're totally welcome to. But I would say by creating something that's just very locally helpful, you are going to find a lot of return on that time investment. And it's likely in a marketing stream that no one else is even touching, that no one else is even thinking about doing something like this, that maybe some other photographers have printed out flyers and they're at the dress designer or the dress shop. And when you come in with something that's even more locally focused, also incredibly helpful, you're going to become somebody that is just immediately that expert in your local area. And if you can be seen as an expert, you're going to appeal more to that luxury high-end wedding, and you're going to make more money, you're going to have more fun. And if those are your ideal clients, you're going to get to work with your friends every single weekend, which makes an incredible life and a really enjoyable business. The first couple of years, you're always working for people that maybe you're just kind of a button pusher a lot of the time, and it's stressful and it's not the best. And then maybe year 3, year 4, year 5, you start working with your ideal couples a lot more, maybe even every single weekend. The faster you can get to that, the faster you are going to just really start to enjoy your business. So create a business that's happy for you. Consider making a book if that seems like something interesting to you. Maybe just once a year. Once a year, all your blog posts go in something like this. Put all the vendors that you like in it. Bring it on to their shop. Send them some copies. They're going to be excited to post about this on social media if they're in a book. It's pretty cool. So that's all for me today. If you're interested in picking up my book, it is available. I'll put a link in the description. And if you are in Las Vegas this week, please come by and get a grilled cheese from Sam Hurd or myself or Scott Robert Lim or Carolyn Tran, Photomy Ike, or Lindsay. Lindsay's doing a breakfast. She's doing croissants and coffee on, I believe, Tuesday morning. The full details are down below. Thanks for listening. And I hope that this is something that you keep in the back of your mind, that when you're writing all those blog posts this year, that you can write to something maybe in November, October, that you can actually put something physical like this together. I feel like that's pretty cool that you can encapsulate, rather than just doing kind of a year in review album. You can do a year in review album that you can actually give out to a lot of the different vendors that you worked with, and it's going to blow them away. And also, it's just fun. It's fun doing new stuff, figuring out new stuff, figure out how to make a book, how to ship it to Las Vegas. I have 140 of them somewhere in this hotel. It's at the FedEx shipping center. Got to go find them. Also, 140 books is like 85 pounds. 85 pounds of book, 100 pounds of books almost. Wow. Thanks for listening. We'll see you again next Monday. Goodbye.